Pierce consigue entrar en el almacén. En el lugar supuestamente abandonado hay sorpresas, signos de ocupación reciente y una pintura parcialmente quemada. Su búsqueda se ve interrumpida por el agente Bradley, pero Pierce logra convencerlo para que se una a la investigación. El agente de policía acepta llevar al detective a la mansión de los Hawkins. Empezamos con el capítulo 3, que es Jardín de la mansión de los Hawkins.
Well, here we are, Hawkins' mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Pensé que la mansión se había incendiado. No es el primero que menciona, no es el primero que menciona a Winchester. ¿Algún peligro del que deba estar al tanto? El lugar está en ruinas. No sé muy bien el lugar. No perdamos el tiempo. Empezamos con pensé que la mansión se había incendiado. Me deja, me deja porque no tengo la percepción lo suficientemente alta. Pues,
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
el lugar está en ruinas.
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Vale, esta es la percepción. Vamos a subirla. ¿Algún peligro del que deba estar al tanto?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Pues ya está. No perdamos el tiempo.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined. Poor kid. Poor kid. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Extraños sitios para el sueño eterno. ¿La viste?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them! Dump them into the ocean!
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on dark water.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
Quiere librarse de mí. En realidad no necesito la llave para...
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Pierce, shall we enter?
What now?
¿Me deja hablar con él?
Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Pierce y el agente Bradley exploran los jardines de la mansión Hawkins. La familia yace en el cementerio de la propiedad, custodiado por Silas Winchester. El viejo guardés, fiel a sus patrones, continúa vigilando el lugar armado con su hacha. Finalmente, Pierce y Bradley logran tranquilizarlo y se hacen con la llave de la mansión. Entran en el inmueble en busca del lugar donde se produjo el incendio.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door. Silas managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Charles Hawkins posa a guisa de explorador delante de unas ruinas de aspecto exótico. Es de dominio público que derrochó su fortuna en numerosos viajes. ¿Qué estaría buscando?
They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just a stop along the way.
Vamos a subir la
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did it stop at the time of the fire? They had a fight. Why? Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Bueno, la policía hizo una investigación pésima. Las pistas no encajan. El incendio no fue un accidente.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
El matrimonio tuvo una pelea, fue un incendio premeditado, fue un crimen. Hubo una pelea.
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
Historia de la medicina. Historia de la medicina. Vale. Esta recopilación sobre medicina y prácticas sanitarias del siglo XVIII solo engloba el conocimiento de las sociedades llamadas civilizadas, sin atención alguna a la influencia de la medicina holística o las tradiciones médicas de los continentes considerados inferiores. Vale.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty.
No voy a ocupar. Creo que aquí hay algo oculto. Supongo que será arriba. Una palanca encontrada en la mansión de los Hawkins. Probablemente pertenezca al guardián.
A crowbar. Could prove useful. This door is blocked from the outside. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep. could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Queja por carta. Muy señor mío, como sabe, siempre he albergado por su familia y por usted el máximo de los respetos. Por desgracia, no puedo seguir cerrando los ojos ante el comportamiento de su señora esposa. La semana pasada volvió a aterrorizar a mi clientela. Sé que no alberga malas intenciones, pero creo que debería confiarla a los cuidados del doctor Fuller. Solo él parece capaz de conseguir que atienda a razones. Si se repite el caso, le aseguro que por mucho que me duela hacerlo, me veré en la obligación de llamar a la policía. Con todo respeto, Anton Willard. Ah, no, esta es la policía.
Locked.
Esta es la habitación.
The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Hay algo oculto aquí.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
El diario privado de Simon parecía preocupado por su madre y sus ataques. Además, la tensión entre los Hawkins parecía ir en aumento. Posible que el incendio fuera el resultado de una discusión. La llave que abre la puerta del despacho de Sarah Hawkins.
What will her room reveal about her? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Deprimen el sistema nervioso, pero una vez que empiezan a tomarlos ya no puedes vivir sin ellos. Sé de lo que hablo. Los bocetos de Sarah Hawkins, más que estudios anatómicos, parecen una galería de horrores. ¿Son estas las cosas que la atormentan en sueños? Bueno, creo que me equivoqué, ¿no? Percepción lo que hace.
This padlock is too complicated for me. It's no use. The padlock won't give. This door is locked.
Vale, pero tenemos una llave. Para la puerta.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Frances Sanders. I wonder why. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? Bradley? Is that you?
Is anyone there?
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
No lo buscamos hoy.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go? They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in here?
It looks like an old seaway map.
don't see any way out.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
En esta fotografía se puede ver a Charles Hawkins y el capitán Fitzroy en compañía de una tercera persona. Parecen amigos.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
Un mapa de dark water dibujado a mano por Charles Hawkins. Tiene algunos puntos rodeados por un círculo.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
Forzarlos en grano.
Damnation. I can't budge these gears. I need a tool. With this, I should be able to force the gears.
Well done, Pierce.
as if the bookcase has been moved several times. Seems like this came from a log.
Cuaderno de bitácora de marinero.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.